Hey guys, in this video, I want to compare the original Marvel Collectible Minifigure Series 1 with the new Series 2. Now, Series 1 came out in 2021. It was an awesome series and honestly gave us some of the best LEGO Marvel figures to date, and Series 2 follows it up and is really amazing as well. So here's how I think the fairest way to do it is. Since both figures have 12 figures total, I'm gonna go by these sheets that they gave us in the packaging. So Wanda will be up against Agatha, then White Vision will be against Moon Knight, basically 1 versus 1, 2 versus 2, 3 versus 3, and so on. Now look, objectively both series are great, but this is just a fun little game to play to see which one gets more points, so stay tuned to the end to find out, and be sure to hit like and subscribe down below if you haven't already. Okay, so crazy enough, the first two figures in both series are from WandaVision. We've got the series finale Wanda as well as series finale Agatha. Now, this is really hard because both figures are absolutely awesome. I mean, let's remove the hair just so that you can see the head print on both. The Wanda head is great and it was used elsewhere, but the Agatha head is just perfect. I absolutely love the Agatha head, so I think that her head is a little bit better than the Wanda one, although both are really nice. Now, with the Wanda hair piece here, it was really cool to get the molded piece that actually has her tiara on it, so that was very fun as well. Interestingly, both have power blasts. That makes a lot of sense, but Wanda's got those dual molded arms that look really great, as well as the leg printing, and Agatha has the skirt printing, which does have printing on the back and is pretty nice, but overall, I gotta give the W to Wanda. It's just a little bit of a better figure in my opinion, although this was a very close match because I do love both of these. I also think it's worth noting Agatha comes with the Darkhold that references Wanda, so it's kind of cool that both figures have WandaVision ties, and let's move on to number 2. How nuts is it that the second figure in the wave is like all white and gray? So it's kind of cool that we've got White Vision as well as Moon Knight up at number 2, and this is another very difficult one. Both figures have immaculate arm printing with gold accents on it. They've got the dual molded legs on both with leg printing on the sides, which is nice. They both have a white cape. It's really honestly kind of bizarre how similar these are, although of course it wasn't like LEGO's intention, I'm sure, to put them both at number 2. Both of them have great printing on the fronts and backs of the heads, and while I do love both figures, I do have to give the W to Moon Knight because, come on, that figure is just literally perfect. It looks straight out of the comic book as well as the show, and it's literally the perfect Moon Knight minifig. So as much as I do genuinely love White Vision, I've got to give it to Moon Knight. I think this one might be over before it even gets started. Series 1, the third figure is Monica Rambeau, and the third figure for Series 2 is Mr. Knight. Come on, guys. Mr. Knight is obviously the better of the two. Not only does he have leg printing, but you also get Gus the fish in the little fish tank here, and you get just great printing all around. That's not to say that Monica doesn't have great printing. She's got arm printing and all, but I think most people would agree that Monica was the weakest figure from the Marvel CMF Wave 1, and Mr. Knight, I know he's not everybody's favorite from this new wave, but seeing them side by side, I think it's no competition. Mr. Knight gets the W. The fourth figure from each wave. Series 1 gave us Bucky Barnes, the Winter Soldier, and Series 2 gave us Werewolf by Night. Man, both of these are really good figures. They've got arm printing. Well, I guess Bucky only has one arm that's printed, but even still, both are really great figures. It's tough for me to say which one gets the point. They both actually have reversible heads, which is quite cool. I do like that a lot. The Bucky head was really good for making customs back in the day, and honestly still is. That's actually the head I use on my Sig fig, but I'm gonna give the point to Werewolf by Night. You've got the dual molded legs, the toe printing on both arms, and I just think it's a slightly more unique figure than Bucky, so I'm gonna give it to Werewolf by Night. The fifth figure comparison is honestly the toughest matchup of them all because the Sam Wilson minifig, I would say, is one of the best LEGO Marvel figures ever made, and the She-Hulk one has so much detail, and she's definitely one of the best from Series 2, but come on, guys, Sam Wilson is definitely getting the win on this one. You got the brand new wing molded piece where you can actually pose the ends of the wings. You've got Red Wing that's detachable, which is so cool, printing on the back of the head. You've got the printing on the boots, the toes. The whole thing is so great. And don't get me wrong, you get that printing on She-Hulk as well. It's a phenomenal figure, but I just think that the Sam Wilson Captain America is a stronger figure, and he gets the win here. Okay, at this point, I actually think I'm starting to notice a pattern. Both of the sixth figures come with a miniature animal and one handheld accessory. Do you guys think there's a pattern to the way that they lay these out on the sheets, or am I just making up things? Anyways, from Series 1, we have Loki with Frog Thor. Loki came with this very cool TVA mug, which was just great. You did have leg printing, hip printing, and torso printing on the front and back with variant on the back, and a reversible head for Loki that was exclusive to this minifigure. I do like this figure a lot. It's a really great one, and that inclusion of Frog Thor was so random but so awesome. Hawkeye comes with the little spy owl from the final episode of the show, and he doesn't have leg printing, which is a deduction for me. I know that his legs, like in the show, like his pants are just plain black, but just a little bit of printing there would have been nice. We've got dual molded arms with printing on both of them, a brand new bow piece, as well as a quiver, and a reversible head with a smirk on one side, and then the other side, you can see, actually has like some bruises and bandages on his head, which I like a lot, and it does have a new hairpiece. This hairpiece was used in LEGO Friends, but it's new in this color. I do have to give the win to Loki, though. I just think that the Frog Thor is a much more unique mold than the owl, and when we're going for a $5 minifig, the more unique the better, so Loki gets the win on this one, although I genuinely do love the Hawkeye minifig too. Remember how I was just saying there's so many similarities? Think about this. The 7th figure from both waves is the sidekick girl character that's sort of a variant or spin take on the titular hero from each show. So Loki, Hawkeye, female Loki, female Hawkeye, and both of them come with a small animal from the show. I think there's a lot of similarities to the way that LEGO decides to put these in order. I'm starting to actually believe the conspiracy I just came up with. Anyways, Sylvie was really cool. I like this figure a lot. I like the character a lot in the show too. She's actually one of my favorite post-Endgame Marvel characters. We did get the Crocodile Loki, although it's just a regular crocodile. She's got a green sword, and she does have a reversible head too, which is quite cool. So you can see she's got a big smirk on one side and then just a regular grin on the other side. Dual molded arms are nice, but come on, we all know Kate Bishop was going to win this one. She's got leg printing on the sides, immaculate arm printing on one side. We've got great torso printing, a brand new bow, Lucky the pizza dog, the pizza box, and then we've got this great big black hair piece. You can see on one side of the head, she's got like a bandage and bruise like Hawkeye has. And then on the other side, we've got a big grin. I mean, come on. We all knew Kate Bishop was going to win this one, but it is pretty crazy how similar these characters are side by side. The 8th figure from both waves is a bug named Hero, who also has a interchangeable head to show you their alter ego underneath. So for Goliath, we have the Bill Foster head, and for Peter Parker, we got this really great, like, Tom Holland-inspired head. Now, this is Spider-Man from What If, so it actually wasn't Tom Holland, but it certainly does look like him, and then, of course, we can flip that around, and when we flip it around, you can see he's got a big grin on this side as well. Speaking of flipping things around, there's the reverse side of Bill Foster's head, and they both come with an accessory. Spider-Man, of course, coming with this long rope web piece, and then he comes with Ant-Man. This is the Endgame Ant-Man that we actually got in some sets before, but both figures are really awesome, right? You've got the dual molded legs on both with printing on the sides for both. Both of them have printing on the arms, and all around they just look phenomenal. I do think Spider-Man is the better of the two, though. I mean, come on, guys. It's Spider-Man. This is one of the best Spider-Man minifigs we've ever gotten with that leg printing, the arm printing, so Spider-Man definitely gets the win here. This is another one that I think it's over before it even begins. Of course, Zombie Captain America is the better figure of these two. On the right, we have Echo from the Series 2, and on the right is Zombie Captain America from What If from Season 1 and from Series 1 of the CMFs. Zombie Cap is just a great figure all around. You've got dual molded legs on both sides with different colors to show he's missing a boot. You've got all of the damage on the arm showing that, Cap has seen better days before he became a zombie. And then, of course, you've got a zombie arm, and we can lift it up to see a really great zombie head in the perfect style of What If. And then, of course, as far as customs go, getting all of these, like, battle-damaged Captain America parts made for awesome endgame customs that have been put out there. So this figure's great. Echo, on the other hand, is great too. We've got the prosthetic leg piece, we've got printing all around, but honestly, I'm trying not to base these figures off of, like, the hype or how good their shows were, but I just really don't feel connected to this character at all. I'm not super hyped for her show, and while the figure is really good, it's like, I don't know, the zombie one is so much better, and I just really don't feel a connection with Echo to get too excited about it, so Zombie Cap wins the day for me. Alright, we're almost to the end. These are the 10th figures in both series. From Series 1, we have Captain Carter, and from Series 2, we have Beast. Now, I do want to point out that Beast also comes with this cool little microscope side build, which does look pretty good, but it's just a little hard to, like, show it here, whatever. Anyways, Captain Carter comes with a unique shield, which looks great with the British flag on it, and then she comes with the Tesseract piece in her hand. I do want to take that out so that I can show you the arm printing and the leg printing on this. She does have dual molded legs too, and these arms and legs work so great for Captain America customs. The head is reversible. You can see she's got a smirk on one side, and then a little bit more of a serious face on the other, and Beast's head is reversible too, where on one side he's got his teeth showing, and on the other side we've got his glasses with a nice little grin there. For accessory for Beast, we do have this cool little X-Men mug, and he does have great printing with the toes and the fur and everything. It looks so great, and honestly, we've been waiting so long for LEGO X-Men, it's kind of crazy that I'm literally looking at Beast as a LEGO minifig. That being said, the Captain Carter minifig is so awesome, and I love it so much, I'm giving the point to Series 1 for Captain Carter. The 11th figure from each wave is Star-Lord T'Challa from What If from Wave 1, and from Wave 2 we have X-Men 97 Storm. Both of these figures are so good. This is really hard for me to choose which is the better figure of the two, but let's talk about it. Star-Lord T'Challa has the dual molded legs, which have the little rocket boosters on the side, which look great on pretty much any Star-Lord minifigure. Then the jacket has great printing. We did get a unique helmet mold with the purple eyes, and we can lift it up for an awesome Chadwick Boseman likeness head underneath, which does have a hairpiece to complete the look together. This was the debut of this color for the Star-Lord blasters as well, and it's a great figure all around. Here we've got Storm, and Storm looks so awesome. I absolutely love this figure. I love the mohawk. I love the cloth cape. It really does look phenomenal, and I do like both figures. It's really hard for me to pick a favorite, but I want to reference something I said in the last segment, right? I can't believe we're getting X-Men figures, and I'm so excited about that I'm going to give the point to Storm because I'm just so excited we have X-Men figures now, and although I do love T'Challa Star-Lord, I think I like Storm just a little bit more. And the 12th and final figure from each wave is Gamora from What If from Wave 1 and Wolverine from X-Men 97 from Wave 2. This is another one of those guys that I think it's over before it even begins. Obviously, Wolverine is the stronger figure of the two. You've got the amazing stenciled on arm hair there, the dual molded legs. I mean, this looks straight out of a comic book, or more accurately, X-Men 97. The only weird thing about Wolverine is you do have the reversible head. So on this side, he's got the mask over his eyes, so you get the white eyes. And on this side, you've got just a regular head, but they gave him this kind of odd hair. Like, they really should have given him the vampire hair we've gotten on minifigures for years for Wolverine. I don't understand why we got this hair. That being said, Gamora's head is reversible as well. We've kind of got like a little content look here, and then when we flip it around to this side, we've got an angry face here. The printing on Gamora is great. You've got the dual molded arms with the armor on them, as well as all that great printing on the legs. But come on, it's Gamora from an alternate universe versus maybe the best Wolverine minifigure that could ever possibly exist. So, of course, Wolverine is going to get the point. And the crazy thing about that, guys, is the results. So I swear on my Comic-Con minifigure collection, I did not plan this out, but it actually ended up being a dead even tie. Both figures had 6 total, and that is pretty crazy. So it's hard for me to definitively say which one is better because it was a dead tie. I have to admit, though, I think I like the aesthetic of Series 1 just a little bit better than Series 2. I don't really know how to explain it. Maybe it's like a psychological phenomenon that this was like so new. It was so crazy to get these minifigures for the first time that maybe I just have nostalgia for it. But at the same time, I can't explain it. I just feel like there's a certain like charm that's missing from Series 2. Like, obviously Moon Knight and Mr. Knight are super awesome. Kate Bishop is great, but when I look at these side by side, I just can't explain it. There's just something about the first series that I like just a little bit more than the second, but I'll tell you what, I'm very grateful we have both. So let me know which series you like better. Let me know what your favorite minifigure is from each series. Be sure to hit like and subscribe, and I'll catch you guys on the next video.